Hi, welcome back to Therapy Designs. If you're new to this channel, my name is Kelly, and this channel is all about teaching you how to create print-on-demand designs that sell. And be sure to stay tuned till the end of the video because I have another 5 bonus niches for you. So in today's video, I am going to be going over the popular niches for Q1 of 2026. As it is November now, we are going to want to start thinking about niches for January, February, and then of course March is towards the end of Q1, but I'm going to cover all 3 months right now to give you an idea of some of the things that you ought to be designing for right now. So without any more waiting, we are just going to move ahead. So we are going to be starting with January of 2026. So January doesn't typically have a lot of niches compared to some of the other months. We've just come off of the fourth quarter, so all of the Christmas sales and everything are done, and we are beginning, the new year. So with that in mind, I'm going to go over some of the niches that you'll want to be designing for. Obviously, the very first thing is New Year's Day. Of course, New Year's Eve would be considered, the end of the fourth quarter. So hopefully you guys are already doing your New Year's Eve style designs, any kind of New Year's Day style designs you want to be getting right now. And then starting on the 2nd, it is World Introvert Day on January 2nd. I didn't even know there was such a thing, but introvert stuff sells year-round. Introvert stuff is a big niche in general. There are tons of great, funny introvert style designs. And so it's just a great opportunity for you to put up even more for World Introvert Day. Second niche here, 100 days of school. Now this will depend on the school district, but typically 100 days of school falls somewhere in January or early February. And not all schools will do this, but you'll see a lot of different elementary schools that will celebrate their 100th day of school. If you don't have kids that are in elementary school or haven't for a while, you may not have heard of this, but it is very big and it does sell really huge year after year after year. And when you think about 100 days of school, you can be as specific as you like. Go to 100 days of kindergarten, 100 days of first grade, 100 days of second grade, and find cool ways to, talk about 100 days of school, whether you crushed 100 days of school or whether you're 100 days smarter. You can look up and find tons of cool niches for the 100 day of school niche. Next, we've got Martin Luther King Day, and that is on the 19th. They're going to be celebrating it this year. So 119, Martin Luther King Day. And that can just be kind of a start into just sort of Black Pride or Black History Month style stuff. So you can almost start there with some of that. Next is not necessarily isolated to January, but because we are starting a new year, this is when you want to start getting things up that would include 2026. So for example, retired 2026, divorced 2026. If you're a mom, a dad, a grandma, a grandpa, established 2026. If you're doctor 2026. So whatever you would put that year on, go ahead and start getting those designs up now. That way they've got all year to sell, right? So anybody can retire in 2026 from January all the way through December, so you want to get those up so that they have the entire year available to sell. And then, of course, winter sports. Obviously, we're going into winter. You're going to have winter sports, so this is a great time to get up some of those more wintry niches. So whether it is skiing or snowboarding or just general winter fun, this is a great time to do your winter niches. And so that is it for January for the big ones. The other 2 months are a little bit longer. So we're going to go ahead and move on. So next we have February of 2026. And of course, the first thing that usually comes to mind for February is Valentine's Day. Obviously, Valentine's Day is always a big one year after year. So there's tons and tons of Valentine's Day niches, both for kids and adults. There are also the anti-Valentine's Day niches for the single people out there. So like Happy Single Awareness Day is another good one that you might see, or Not Today Cupid. So there's tons of fun Valentine's Day designs that you can put up, and you can put them up on shirts or any other product you like. So people decorate for Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day decorations can be big. Gifts for Valentine's Day. People are buying gifts for their husbands, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends. So some of those personalized gifts are going to be great for Valentine's Day. So we can start working on those right now. Also, February is Black History Month, and there is a theme every year so that you guys are aware. In 2026, the theme for Black History Month is going to be a century of Black history commemorations. So that is the theme. If you can work that theme into your designs, that's always good. February is also Heart Disease Awareness Month, and so you have a red ribbon for that. So if you want to do some Awareness Month designs, and of course, again, you can look these up. You can just go to Amazon, type in like Heart Disease Awareness Month shirt, and it will come up with a bunch of different shirts that you guys can be looking at to get some ideas. We do have President's Day in February. That is February 16th. And you can just do some general patriotic red, white, and blue stuff there. We also have Groundhog's Day. So Groundhog's Day is February 2nd every year. And so you can come up with some cute Groundhog's Day designs. I do have one that says it's Groundhog's Day again. And if you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, you're too young to be watching my channel. We have World Cancer Day. That is on the 4th of February. So if you want to do any kind of just cancer support or cancer awareness designs, that's good. Obviously, football. We have the Super Bowl coming up. That will be on February 8th of 2026. You can't do Super Bowl shirts per se, but you can certainly do tons of football related designs, game day designs, sports color designs, designs making fun of football, like kind of the sports ball designs, but don't use sports ball because that might be trademarked. I'd have to check. But lots of just the fun ones, or yay, yay, go sports, or I hope both teams have fun, those kinds of things. I'm only here for the food, so tons of different niches that work really well around, Super Bowl time. We also have Chinese New Year. So Chinese New Year is going to be on February 17th this year, and it is the year of the horse. So if you want to do any Chinese New Year style designs, that is what you would want to do. And then on the exact same day, we have Mardi Gras. So Mardi Gras is also going to be February 17th this year, and there are tons and tons and tons of funny Mardi Gras designs that, again, you can look up. And if you need ideas, by the way, you can look at my channel. I have videos showing how to design for pretty much all of the niches that I have listed here. If you were to just go through my POD design tutorial playlist, and just start scrolling through, you can find designs for all sorts of niches, because typically I will follow the kind of the main niches throughout the year. So I do have ones. Obviously, I've got ones on football. I've got ones on Chinese New Year. I've got ones on Mardi Gras. So I've got all of those. And then on the same day, that is a busy day, February 17th, it is also Random Acts of Kindness Day. And kindness shirts do sell well year round. But, as if we needed another reason, you can create some cool kindness shirts for Random Acts of Kindness Day and go ahead and use that in your tags or in your title so that it'll come up if anybody is searching. So there was a lot of things there for February, and we do have more coming up. So lastly, in Q1, we are going to have March of 2026. And March is another big month, lots of different days here. A lot of awareness months are happening in March, but let's go ahead and start with, it is Women's History Month, and as part of Women's History Month, we have International Women's Day that happens on the 8th of March every year, so you can make some good women-themed designs for that. We also have the big one, which is St. Patrick's Day, so that is the 17th of March, so lots of fun St. Patrick's Day designs. You can do them again for little kids, or you can do them for adults. Obviously, great time to do some of those drinking designs, and there's just a ton of those as well that you can come up with. And then we do have a whole bunch, like I said, of awareness months happening. So it is Cerebral Palsy Month, and the ribbon color for that is going to be green. We have World Down Syndrome Day. Now, this is not Down Syndrome Month, but World Down Syndrome Day is 3/21 every year. And it's picked because Down syndrome has 3 of the 21st chromosomes. So that is why it's that day. It is Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month. And so the ribbon color for that is orange. People do buy shirts for these, by the way, because it's during these months that they'll do like the walks, the runs, the fundraisers, to getting money for cures and treatments. And so it's always good to throw up some of these awareness month designs, especially on Amazon, but you can see them on Etsy as well. We have a traumatic brain injury month. Ribbon color for that is green. Unrelated to that, it is basketball season. So March Madness. Obviously, you can't use March Madness, but you can certainly, again, throw up lots of basketball designs. Lots of sports designs will do well during this time. I have seen ones that go February, basketball, April, so lots of funny ones you can come up with. We also have Dr. Seuss's birthday. That is March 2nd. Again, you can't do Dr. Seuss, but you can come up with some cute rhyming reading designs. This is the time in elementary school. Teachers, might be wearing a lot of shirts about reading and rhyming stuff, so you can come up with some cute ideas there. Spring does start on the 20th of March. So if you want to start working on some spring designs, then that's a good time to start coming up with your fun spring designs. And along with spring, you have spring break. So some of the schools will be on spring break. Obviously, that also varies school district to school district and is more appropriate for the college age students. There's a lot of fun college spring break designs that you can do, and you can do location oriented ones too, and year oriented ones. So you can do spring break to 2026. You can do spring break like Cancun 2026 and put a year on it. So lots of fun ways that you can incorporate spring break into designs. And then lastly, we have Epilepsy's Purple Day. That is March 26th. Now, again, this is not Epilepsy Awareness Month, but they do have a day called Purple Day, and that is 3/26. So if you want to make some designs for that, go for it. Now, along with these, obviously, you've got your evergreens that you should always be designing for. So there's all of the evergreen niches that you should have up in your shops and all the time year round, but this should give you some ideas of some of the more seasonal niches that you can be designing for. It's like the holidays and more seasonal stuff. Now, because you guys were so patient, you did wait until the end of the video. I do have another 5 bonus niches for you guys. Before I get to that, if you have any questions, drop it in the comments section below. I do try to get back to everybody as quickly as I can. I do read all the comments, and thank you so much for the kind words. They really do mean a lot to me. If you're new to print on demand, I do have a beginner's guide that I sell on my Etsy shop, and I do have that listed or linked to that in the description below this video, along with contact information. So if you need to ask me any personal questions, my email is down there as well, or you can put it in the comment section. Okay, so because you guys were patient, I will now get to the bonus niches. So without any more waiting, these are going to be your 5 bonus niches. And since we just went over niches for Q1, I went ahead and decided that I would go with the skiing themed niches for this week. So niche number 1 is powder to the people, right? Number 2 is the mountains are calling, and that is with a cat with, like holding ski poles or having ski goggles on. Number 3, do you even lift bruh? Or it says bro, but you could do bra. Do you even lift bra? And then add like the chairlift or something for the skiing or snowboarding. Number 4, ski you later. And then number 5, I'm late for a board meeting, and this works great, obviously, for snowboarders. It also works really good in the summer for like surfboards. Or you could do it with skateboards. So some of these obviously can be used for different things. So that should give you some great ideas of things that you can start designing for. Again, I hope you guys are doing really well with your sales. I hope you're continuing to learn new skills, grow your portfolio, and I do hope to see you guys again. That's it for today's video. If you found that useful and would like to see more videos with helpful tips and tricks, be sure to hit like and subscribe. And turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of the weekly videos. As always, keep growing and stay creative, and we'll see you next time.